Hey YouTube!
Hey YouTube, and happy summer.
We're gonna get real deep on you guys, and hopefully you don't hate on us too much.
Yeah, well, this could have been a Jay rant video, but it's gonna be a Jay and Brian kind of rant video.
Yeah. Well, I'm not even a rant, a frustration video.
For how many years have we been doing this?
I think like 6 years, 7 years now.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy.
For that long, we've been doing YouTube, hopefully to help educate and bring a lot of different causes to people's awareness. Same-sex marriage, gay families, adoption, all kinds of things. And those are things that we do pretty much in our free time because we want to and because we care about the issues.
Because the issues are really important to us. Yeah. Because we feel like that our families and our community is not represented in a positive light. So we feel the need to share that.
And to get that message out there, we've relied on a variety of platforms that up till now have been really awesome at getting the message out there to a really broad and diverse range of people, and completely free, which, being a family of only one income, completely free is really good for us. Yeah. That said, the landscape of things like YouTube and Facebook is completely changing, and how we're using it is changing, and we wanted to bring up some issues with that have been kind of frustrated for us.
And you guys need to know that we're coming from a place of old-time YouTubers. So from a perspective where you can use the internet like Facebook and Twitter and YouTube to help change hearts and minds, that's where we come at it from. Mm-hmm. So we are going to call out a couple people today, and we're not trying to do it in a negative way. We want to do it in a way where we can actually start a positive conversation with you, our audience, about what you feel is right and wrong, and what it is that YouTube should be about, and what it is that the people on YouTube and Facebook should be doing. So hopefully you'll have an open, honest discussion with us. Let us know if we're overreacting.
We're not always going to express it so well. So be aware that we're human beings with limitations. But that said...
Let me start.
Yeah.
Okay. So recently, as you guys know, Shep689, Will and RJ, we've been following them for quite a while, and actually when their channel first started, we actually gave them a shout out here at Gay Family Values, and we basically said, go check out these two guys. They're basically, doing videos every day of the week based off their relationship. And for me and Brian, that was like completely awesome, because a lot of the gay channels out there had been about sex or like Davey Wavy, provocative stuff, and Will and RJ...
It was just their life together.
Yeah, we're just doing really cool videos based on their life together. So, we don't recommend that many channels here. We only recommend channels that we really support and promote. Now, recently, I've been seeing Will and RJ kind of change the tone of their conversation, and even in the titles of their videos. I mean, almost every other video is sex-related. I mean, they've done jailbait, slut, hot guy gets wet, touch my butt. I mean, it really has become, you can tell that the focus of the channel is about subscriber numbers, numbers of views, because as people know, anytime you put something sexually related on the internet, it gets more views. Mm-hmm. So they've started to use their channel, more, not so much of a communication, but a way of drawing a larger audience. And so recently I was watching a video there, and they actually stopped midstream in the video to promote a company. I'm going to show you that real quick.
Hulu Plus is what you can use to watch TV on your computer and your Apple TV or your iPad or any of your devices, not only at home but also on the go. So if you guys go to huluplus.com/Shep, you'll get 2 weeks of Hulu Plus All Access for free. So if you haven't taken advantage of it from our last sponsored video, make sure you do that right now. Click the link in the description, or just, like I said, go to huluplus.com/Shep.
Okay, so I was watching the video and I saw the promotion of Hulu, and I got really frustrated. And I went down in the comment section and I posted a comment about how disappointed I was that they were taking their channel this direction. Both of the guys have quit their jobs, and they are no longer going to school, and they are basically making YouTube a full-time job. Now, I feel like, they pretty much, which I said, I feel like they kind of sold out, because I feel like they're using their channel now as a way to make money.
Well, even from an entertainment point of view, if I'm watching that as somebody who just is watching them to have fun, and they stop halfway through this video, I've already been forced to watch a commercial on YouTube at the front of their video, one that more than likely I couldn't skip through for 15 seconds. Yeah. And now I got to watch another one smack in the middle of their video.
So,
it would piss me off.
Yeah, it's just the whole, to make money at any expense, to basically make YouTube your whole career, and to just, I think it's not fair to your audience. I like Will and RJ, and I love watching them, But to actually, to stop in the middle of your video and promote Hulu was really disappointing to me. And my comment got a lot of negative responses, and I got called out for a lot of stuff and was accused of a lot of things. We had people who were followers of ours accuse us of, making money off of things like our movie Right to Love an American Family, our new kids book, Adopting Our Two Dads. And me and Brian will tell you straight up here right now on YouTube, we've not made a penny off of any of our projects.
$0.
We make projects that we feel are continuing the conversation when it comes to LGBT equality. We feel like, it's our job as, out gay men with a family to share our story and to hopefully move that conversation forward so the next generations will have less of a struggle and an easier time of it than we did.
Even as somebody who's watching them as a longtime viewer, who's made a connection with them, it starts to feel like it becomes less about that intimate connection and showing us who they really are, and they're putting out an image then that's not really them.
Okay, so we can go on about Will and RJ all day long because I really do care about the guys, and I do think that they're making positive change in their own way. I just wish they would worry less about the money aspect of it and focus more on their audience and what they're trying to do. Okay.
On to Facebook, and...
Yes. So we have a Facebook page called Gay Family Values, and we basically share people's stories, and we share our own story, and people send us tons of pictures of their family, and we tell their stories. And it's got almost 100,000 likes, and it's become pretty successful. There is a new Facebook page that has popped up recently that I enjoy going to, and I enjoy looking at and seeing people's stories about their families, and it's called The
Handsome Father.
The Handsome Father. And I want to show you a picture real quick. Okay. So they recently basically said that they are now a nonprofit organization and they are raising money to promote the page that what they do. And basically what supposedly they want to do is help people adopt, give classes on how to become adoptive fathers. And I don't really know much about these two guys.
Connect potential families with services that could help them.
But to be 100% honest, from two guys who actually do this and do foster care and deal with adoption and deal with social workers and deal with organizations that do this work, I mean, there are a lot of really pro-gay organizations out there. Mm-hmm. And I actually feel like these guys are, I can't completely say what their intentions are, but I feel like, you're making a corporation, you're trying to create something in order to make a job or come up with your own. Does that make sense? What am I trying to say?
Using a cause to get yourself a paycheck.
Yeah.
Basically.
I mean, if me and Brian, we could have easily done that. We could have moved our Gay Family Values movement into a situation where we're helping people adopt and foster and giving classes. We could have raised money from you guys and said, hey, and not told you that we're going to be paying Brian $75,000 a year in a paycheck to run the company. I mean, behind a lot of these charities, behind a lot of these groups that supposedly are doing good work, is a lot of things that you guys don't really realize. And when I saw this group, file for a nonprofit organization status, I kind of shook my head and went, if you're not doing this because you care about the issue, what's the point?
And that's, I guess, if those things are actually happening, if families are being connected with services, and if trainings are being held, and if lobbying is being done to help LGBT families, I really have no issue with it.
But they haven't done any of that yet. They're setting up a business in order to do something and raising money to do it.
But it's the same thing with HRC or any of those organizations. Is we're giving money to these people, and quite often we see them sitting on their butts and collecting fat paychecks and not doing anything to help the community.
How much did HRC give to Prop 8 here in California? Barely anything. But yet LGBT people were giving as much as they could. We gave everything from our wedding. All the money that was raised for our wedding went to fight Prop 8 here in California. And we were surprised and shocked by how little HRC and groups like them were involved in defeating that initiative here in California. So I think it's really important that when you give these organizations money, you know where that money's going, you know who's getting paid, and what they're spending the money on.
Yeah. And that's really the hard thing, because you want to give to organizations like that to help something good happen to the world, but you need to be able to trust that the money you're giving is going to go to that actual work.
Yeah. And not paying some executive or some person who's the head of the company that's actually running the company. I mean, to me, it's a waste of money and it's a waste of resources.
And just as an example of that, back when our movie was still playing in going around the film circuit, we had a very special showing in San Francisco at the Castro Theater just for students. All you had to do was show your student ID, and you got in.
It was a free showing. It was awesome.
Yeah. So we called the Trevor Project and said, hey, we're doing this. You know, you guys might want to come down and set up some materials and talk to the kids and
give out some resources.
Could be a really good way for you guys to get your message out. They wanted thousands of dollars for a speaker to come out there. And we were just blown away. We're like, isn't this what you guys do? We have to pay you to come out to give your anti-suicide message?
Now, I can understand if we were paying, you know, if people were paying to get tickets to come in to watch the movie, if like there was a fee we were charging people to watch the film, then we would be making some type of profit off of what we were doing, and then I could see how the Trevor Project may want a donation to help them continue to do the work that they're doing. But this was a completely free showing set up just for college students and high school students, and we really wanted somebody from the Trevor Project to come out and talk to these people and let them know that there are people out there who are there for them if they ever need it.
Which, pardon me, but isn't that what they're effing up there for?
That's what we're raising money for the Trevor Project for. Why are people like me and Brian and, you know, we have lots of good friends that actually work to help raise awareness of the Trevor Project. Why are those people giving their time? Why are they doing it for free to help organizations like the Trevor Project and HRC succeed? You know, they're doing it because they care about the issue, not because they're trying to make money off of it.
And so that's, I guess, where we have our main beef. It's that these issues that we really need to be talking about, we need to be moving forward, and we need to be working on, are being used more often than not to support individuals financially than to help the community as a whole. And that's extremely frustrating, especially as people who are doing it just
because we can.
Because,
Yeah.
You know, and it's us in our dining room now with a Canon camera that we bought at Best Buy.
For like a couple $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what else to say other than this is something extremely frustrating, and we don't want to see YouTube and Facebook turn into just a way for people to make money off of gay rights.
And to wrap this all up, because, you know, these videos can't run that long, you know, we've said this over and over again. If you want to use our material, any of our videos, any of our material, any of our content to help promote equality, you can use it. You don't have to ask us. You don't have to be, we won't charge you for it. You know, if you want to share it, if you want to spread the word and use our examples, please feel free to do that.
That's not permission to make videos slamming us. But if you want to move marriage equality forward, if you want to use it for those purposes.
Well, we have people in foreign countries all the time that ask us if we can translate our videos into their languages. Like we just have a young man from Asia I'm talking to about transferring our videos and using his Chinese language to title it.
Yeah.
You know, so he can bring awareness to China. And I was like, dude, you can set up your own channel, use all of our images and movies. If you take the time and energy to put the words and the translations in it, feel free to use our material. It's yours. So I think it's important that if you really do care about these issues, that you make sure that you are promoting them from an unselfish place.
And we know there are people that probably are not going to hear this in the spirit in which that it's given, and it's going to piss a few people off, quite frankly. But we hope that, you know, we're not here to slam anybody or say that anybody's a bad guy. We want to see these issues being worked on and taken care of and not have them be an occasion for self-gain, really.
Until next time, YouTube.
Bye, everybody.